Another artist video blog at KIX96Country.com. I'm Fletch, and our guest on the couch today, all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, by way of the great state of Texas. Please welcome Tyler Steele. Tyler.
What's up?
Welcome back to KIX96.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be back.
How have you been?
I've been great. Just been busy and been blessed to stay busy.
Uh-huh. Well, now, the last time you were here, we didn't get to film one of these videos, but I told you, you've got to come back and get on the couch and let's do one of these artist interview video blogs and talk a little bit about your music. But I want to introduce my audience to you. Tyler Steele, originally from Italy, Texas. Is that correct? Italy, Texas?
That's right.
I didn't know Italy fit in Texas, but Texas is pretty big.
Takes a full day to get across it.
It sure does. Tell us a little bit about growing up, where you grew up in Texas.
I actually grew up on a ranch, Matthews Ranch, and they bred horses and cows and everything else. So until I was about 7, we did the whole ranch thing, and my dad worked on the ranch and everything else. And then we moved to Wichita Falls, Texas after that, and I lived there for probably about a good 6 years or so, and then we moved to California.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then I stayed out there for a year, and then we were training for motocross, and then moved back to Wichita Falls, and then now here in Nashville.
So, what were you doing? Obviously, you got to make a living. You're working and you're studying and going to school things. What were you doing other than music between Texas and California? You mentioned motocross.
Yeah, I used to race motocross. I raced motocross since I was 5 years old, and traveled the country and doing AMA qualifiers and doing the whole shebang, man. Even came up to Tennessee to go to Loretta Lynn's ranch, which is the big amateur national. So my whole life that's pretty much what I've done, and I didn't start music until high school. So up until that point, I rode. Actually, I just bought a bike not too long ago, and so I still ride a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, where did music fit into that? I mean, were you always drawn to country music, or you have rock roots, or where's music?
Well, since I was a kid, I've always been country. I love rock too, but things like Aerosmith and
absolutely.
But country has always been my roots. Living on a ranch and everything else. So when I was little, I used to always get on the fireplace and sing with my sisters. I got 4 sisters as well, so. We used to always sing and act like we were performing and whatever. So my whole life, that's kind of been my true passion, music. And when I was 9 years old, my parents bought me my first guitar, and I locked myself in the room and I learned how to play. And it wasn't until high school till I really, figured out what I really wanted to do. When I put a band together, I was like, you know what, I can do this. So, and from there, it just kind of escalated. We just kind of kept going further and further.
You packed a bag, moved to Nashville,
That's
Tennessee,
right.
and you cut a record. Now, the album I've got in my hand, your current album, Third Gear, and the single off that, Middle Seat. You want to talk to us a little bit about the process? Now, you got songwriting credits on a couple of these songs here. How many songs on this project are written by you?
I solo wrote 4 of these songs on the album, and then the rest of them. My thing about it is a lot of the writers on my album, I have had the privilege of writing with. So, for me, I like to spread the love in Nashville because there's a ton of great writers out there that do not perform, or they're not artists, and they're solely writers. And I think I wrote with half of the people on my CD. So, man, that's the thing is, I could write every single song on my album. I could do that, but then you're not going to get the little bits and pieces of everybody else and what they've been through and how I can relate to them, and then the fans can relate to me for singing it, So, but I wrote 4 of those songs.
So songwriting is definitely something that will remain probably a part of your creative process. All right. Let's talk a little bit then about Middle Seat, the single, which is one that you wrote. So you're the only credit on it.
Yep.
What is Middle Seat?
Middle seat is middle seat of a pickup truck. And the thing about it is back in high school, me and my wife, I've been with my wife almost 9 years going on. We've been married for 3. And back in high school, there wasn't nothing to do in my hometown. So what we did is just rode the back roads and everything else. But in my truck, the whole dashboard was off, and all you could see was the radio light. So in that song, I mentioned the radio light. And she would, sit in the middle seat, and then we'd just take it 3rd gear and just run. So I named the album off of 3rd gear, off of the middle seat, and I wrote the middle seat about my whole experience in high school and the kind of things that I always remember for the rest of my life.
So this album is kind of, in some ways, kind of a shared experience, you and your wife.
A lot of it, yeah.
Really?
There's some bad things and there's some good things.
That's good to know. It's like, the songwriting, the storytelling, and all that kind of stuff hasn't gone out of the process in country music. So, where can folks, if they want to hear more from Tyler Still, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music, Amazon Prime, anywhere you can get music, it's there. So just type in my name or Tyler Still Third Gear, and you can find it.
Absolutely. Now, Tyler Still, and the album is Third Gear. Middle Seat is the single. You want to hear it, make sure you call us at KIX96, and we'll be happy to play it for you. Tyler, don't stay away so long next time.
Absolutely, man. Thank you guys so much.
All right. We'll see you next time on another artist video blog at KIX96country.com.